asphalt mountain you see right there is Engineer Mountain. It's 14,000, couple hundred feet elevation. There's actually a pass called Engineer Pass, and I've driven the Jeep up to the top of that many times. It's pretty fun. So right now we're heading to an area called Mineral Creek, and that's just north of Silverton. I have camped between Silverton and Ouray before, but I've never camped at Mineral Creek, so we're gonna check it out. Hopefully we can get a spot by the creek. I saw on one of the groups the other day a guy was camping there, and he pretty much had the whole place to himself, so we're gonna see what we can find, and if not, then we have some other options between Silverton and Ouray we can check out. So, but this is again one of my favorite areas, our favorite areas, Grace and I, to come. We've spent a lot of time in the Jeep with the rooftop tent that we had before, camping in these areas, and also just four-wheeling. You know, there's a ton of four-wheel drive trails, Jeep trails in this area, and it's just amazing. To the campground area here. Let's see if we can find something. I think they said there's 26 campsites here. There may be some others for like dispersed camping. But I think the Mineral Creek runs right next to the majority of the campsites, which is kind of cool. We're hoping we might get a rain shower later this afternoon. We sure do need it. Super dry. We still have the fire bans right now, so no campfires. Hey everyone, so we made it to home for the night. We actually scored a pretty sweet campsite for tonight, but an even better one for tomorrow. There is a creek right behind me, and there are some other campers in here. It's actually a campground. I forget the name, but it's directly across from Ice Lake Trailhead. I'll have to see what the name is a little bit later, but evidently it's a pretty popular trail. I guess it's around an 8 or a little over 8 mile round trip. Not sure I can do that because there are some big mountains. I don't know if you can see those up there. And I know this ice lake is an alpine lake up there somewhere. So I'll have to do a little more research on that. But check out this creek that we're next to. It's just absolutely beautiful. That is nice. Heck yeah, have a look at that, guys. That is pretty sweet. And we are literally, I don't know, 100 feet, 125 feet from it. We should be able to hear that tonight, no problem. Let's take a little walk along the creek here. And I'll try to show you guys the spot where we're going to stay tomorrow and the following night. So I think this is actually part of Mineral Creek. But Mineral Creek area we wanted to stay at was super congested. Not really any good spots there. So we just continued down the road, and I guess we had to come maybe another 5 miles to find this spot. But I'd say totally worth it, huh? Look at that water. I might have to throw a fly or two in that one. Think there's a rainbow hiding under that big rock right there, maybe, huh? We'll check that out later or tomorrow. Super pretty back here, guys. Very, very nice. But yeah, so the spot you see right through the trees there where the orange tent is at, that's where we're going to be staying tomorrow. Those folks are leaving tomorrow before noon or around noon, I guess, according to the camp host. So we'll be able to snag that. Hey, look at the mountains. What a view. Amazing. You see home right there? But yeah, we're gonna have a pretty epic view when we get that site tomorrow. If you guys can see right down the valley here. It's pretty sweet. And then we'll have this view this way as well. Pretty nice. So yeah, we're gonna get settled in here. We're open for a rain shower. Still might get one a little bit later tonight, maybe. That would be pretty sweet. Really level campsite here. So, and let's see, for dinner tonight, we're gonna do tacos. You guys like hot sauce? Got this at Walmart. Sadie's salsa. Oh my gosh, I really love it. And it is hot. Oh, it's fine. Meat and cheese queso. Really good. Because it makes her constipated. Lettuce, tomato. Forgot to put some lime. Squeeze of lime. Very good tacos. Forgot to mention we got a new addition to the camper. We now have Starlink. So I'm gonna see if it will work from this position. Don't know if it will or not. I have to do some, obviously some wiring. See if it will. We're searching for satellites right now. Grace pointed out that it looks like it's gonna rain, according to our weather station. Okay, now we're calculating orientation. This was also a new addition to our camper, but it does not work properly. In fact, it shuts itself on and off or restarts, and it changes the settings all by itself. I checked the wiring diagram and took all the wires out, put them back in, and it still does not work. See? It's changing all by itself. And I called them up. Actually, you have to fill out a support ticket, which I did. And I didn't hear anything for a couple days, so I called them up. I said, hey, what's the status? And I, gave them my support ticket number and everything. And I guess they looked it up and read my notes, and kind of talked about it a little bit. And then they said, okay, we're going to send you a new unit out. So that was on Friday, and then I asked them to overnight it if they could, because we were leaving on Sunday, and apparently they were not able to because we didn't get it. So, right, so it finally connected, and of course there's an update. This is only like the third time I've turned it on to test it, so, but that's pretty good considering, I mean, we're in a pretty deep valley with huge mountains around us, and it's basically pointed straight up at the sky, you know, and it says, you know, you're supposed to have it angled to the north or whatever, but it seems to be working pretty good. Going to do the update and enjoy our internet Wi-Fi. We're going to take a little walk around the campground and then probably come back, finish cleaning up from dinner, and then probably call it a night and shower and probably watch a movie again. So we will catch up again tomorrow. Hey, morning everyone. So we're doing a little fishing this morning. I found a nice little fishing hole right after we moved to our new campsite, just, I don't know, 100 yards away. It's closer to the river or the creek, and it has a little bit better view. So we really like that. So we'll be here till Friday. Today's Wednesday, and so I was out here a little bit, not real early, but I don't know, 9 a.m. or something, and I noticed that the trout are biting on the moths that are flying around, and so I dug into the fly lures and found something pretty similar, and I've caught two already. One nice sized one, and he flipped off back into the water, and then another one smaller. I turned him loose. So we're going to try to catch a few more, and maybe keep a couple good sized ones for lunch, maybe tomorrow or something. Oh, and the name of the campground is South Mineral Creek Campground. It's really nice.
Baby. What a baby. Oh,
At least there's fish here.
yeah. Hey. That's neat.
Morning again, everyone. Rather, actually, a little bit afternoon. We moved to our new campsite yesterday, and it's pretty nice, closer to the creek, and nicer views, as you can see. Pretty nice. But we're going to go for a little walk, a little bit of a hike.
Oh, he's crazy.
So change of plans, guys. We talked to the camp host, and we're gonna go back behind the campground. He said there's some amazing waterfalls, and so we're gonna go along this trail and see if we can find them. And he said the trail is not too steep, so it should be good. Wow, look at this place. That's amazing. Yeah, should have come over here to fish, huh?
This is it?
Wow, that's amazing.
Go up in the car.
pretty. Wow, you can feel the cool air coming off the water. It was amazing. Race up there. Yeah, we would not have known about this had we not talked to the camp host. I mean, we had planned on going hiking back this direction, but the camp host was such a wealth of knowledge. That really paid off. Oh, that's a little chilly. Pretty cool, guys. Really cool. Up there. Beautiful back there. All right, I don't want to get too far down a line above my skill level. That's actually cracked off recently. All right, we gotta move. Yeah, that, guys, is fairly recent. That it cracked off right there. All right. So right down there is where I walked across. And you can see that ledge right here, how many cracks it has in it. So that's fairly recent. super dangerous. All right, we'll continue up. Just gotta be careful standing on any ledges that we know are not solid. That's the one right there. That could probably go at any moment. So there's a Forest Service road right up there past that lawn chair. This is a dispersed camping area right here. Obviously, someone's been camping fairly recently. But you just get enormous amounts of dust from any vehicle that goes up and down that road. And that's one thing we try to stay away from. Dust and people. When we're camping, of course. All right, Grace told me to go down this one. It looks pretty stable. Hopefully not going to crack off anytime soon. Actually go over there onto the little island area, but I think I want to see if I can find a different way around. This one right here is a little sketchy. Let's see if we can find another way around. Anyone know what kind of berries those are? Comment down below. Some more. wind picking up. Could be a storm moving in. It's going to be a muddy mess if the storm moves in. Elevation is brutal. Oh, it's a little furry friend. Hey, buddy. Okay, Grace just pointed out the tree right there. Always have to watch out for those in the forest. You never know when they're going to come down. You definitely don't want to be lingering around it. And there's the Forest Service road right there on top of that little hill.
Wait, where are we gonna go?
Thanks to my long legs, I pretty much step right over that, but Grace has to take a little bit different approach with her short legs. You can see the rain clouds back that way. And we've got some moving in this direction. Alright guys, rain is moving in. We're going to make our way up to the road and start walking back. There are black bears around here, and I don't want to run across one that has cubs. Something's been laying right in here. All right, let's go this way. Careful of that bush right there. It's very thorny. A few of those out this way. All right, I see the road. All right, there we go. All right, guys. We made it back to the road. Rain is definitely moving in. We got to see some waterfalls. That was pretty nice. And the hike was not too strenuous on the old knees. But definitely gonna make it a point to come back here, spend some more time here. Camp host was saying there's a lot of stuff to explore in this area, so, and I want to give that Ice Lake Trail a try. I'm going to bring the knee supports next time. So anyway, we're going to hike down this road back to the campsite, and that'll be pretty much it for the hike today, I'm sure. Maybe we'll get some shots of the rain. That would be awesome. And yeah, Grace bought some ice cream the other day, so that sounds like a plan right there. Back, sit in a camper for a little bit, get some ice cream, watch it rain. All right. Hey everyone, we made it back from the short hike to the waterfalls. See our truck camper right behind me there. And it did sprinkle on us a little bit. We're hoping for another big rainstorm a little bit later, so we'll see what happens. In the meantime, we're gonna go and have a sit down by the creek, maybe enjoy some orange fruit and maybe some ice cream later. So well, tomorrow is go home day, and earlier I flew the drone and we had some ice cream and we had some orange and grapes, and then we cooked steaks and potatoes for dinner. So I did try fishing again and no luck. I lost the one fly I had that looks like a mayfly or a moth, and I have several different other ones, but they're all different colors, and those fish just don't like those. So anyway, we're probably going to clean up everything now and just relax and watch a movie or something. So see, I put the old thermostat back on because the new one was just acting so crazy, so we had to run the heat a couple mornings just to warm up the camper a little bit, and it kept cutting on and off, on and off, on and off. So I just put the old thermostat back on and it works like a charm. So the new one was delivered yesterday to our house, so hopefully I'll stick that on in the next few days and get to test that out, and with any luck it'll work like it's supposed to. So anyway, like I said, tomorrow's go home day. I have a doctor's appointment in Durango, so we'll be heading out here probably around 8 a.m. And so yeah, probably see you then, and until then, good night. Morning, guys. It's go home day. It's been a heck of an adventure. Grace and I have enjoyed having you guys along for the ride. If you made it this far, be sure and like and subscribe. we'll see you next time. Be safe out there.